Hello, welcome back to another episode from Pale Horse Survival and Tactical. I'm Bill, glad you could join me. In this episode, we're placer mining the gravel bar again, working the heavy boulder line. I brought a buddy of mine along today. He's downstream a bit. Also doing the same. We got the high banker set up, and we're going to go to town on it today and see how we do. Stay tuned. Gravel is really super packed. You have to break everything up with a pry bar. I'm trying to get some rocks out of this area here between these big boulders here. It's good gold traps. Yeah, this stuff is really packed in here. This gravel bar hasn't moved in a long time.
Yes!
Gonna get that gold, brother. We're in the heavy boulder line here. The light's working downstream for me. He's down probably about 50, 60 feet down in the same boulder line. Yeah, this stuff here. So I'm just cleaning out around these boulders, and the gold, this is flood gold, but it's pretty decent in here. It's and these rocks are in here too. It's pretty much isolated in the upper 12 inches of overburden. I've already hit silt over here. Once you hit the silt, I've already panned that out, and I couldn't find any gold in it. But yeah, I'm gonna work this area through here, maybe back up a little bit, and I'm gonna try and get some buckets through the high banker today. This stuff is really packed in here. That's a good sign. Come on. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, come to daddy. There we go. Once you get one out, the rest seem to come out a lot easier. They get locked in like a puzzle. Oh yeah, this is good. Nice deep pocket. Oh yeah. Classifying everything through a 1/2-inch classifier before we run it through the high banker. It just increases the fine gold recovery. once over, make sure I'm not going to toss a nugget. And back to work. Got through running another bucket. We got gold showing up on the rubber mat here. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Look at that. That's a beautiful sight right there. That is a beautiful sight. Yeah, there's some more over here. That motivates you. That is the morale booster right there. should have pretty good cleanup. We can get a lot more material through there. Go up the, actually downstream here, and we'll see how Light's doing. He's been up here running material through as well. He's over here working his line. Looking at that, I just ran some more material through the high banker, and there's gold showing up on the rubber mat.
Excellent.
Nice pieces too,
That's
man. I got a good shot of them. Yeah, you got it going on too down here.
So I'm following along the bottom of this rock down to the silt.
Sweet.
And then I'll move across and then work my way up that way.
Yeah, you got a good spot here. It looks good. Yeah, I'm working the same thing upstream, so yeah, we're hitting it, dude. I had a feeling this heavy boulder line, man. My goal is to try and get 4 more buckets through on my end. I'm gonna grab some quick water up here and jump back in. Yeah, I got the mining camp going on here. I love gold mining. I brought my Gold Monster 1000 too. So later on, I got it over there in my pile over there in the case. Later on, I'll fire that up. Just going to do a little detecting around here. Now back here, we have, there goes Light. He's cruising over here. He's going to run some more through the high banker. Yeah, look on the left side of the rubber mat up against the edge. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nice ones in there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are sweet. That's a morale booster right there. That's nice. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Back on the inside of this bar here, we have, whoop, excuse me, this big boulder pile here, big cobble pile that was hand stacked by the 49ers. They would move the overburden, all the cobbles out of the way when they're trying to get down to bedrock. You can probably see it better over here. This whole thing's, it's really super old.
Another very nice one.
Sweet. Yeah, we're both hitting gold, man. This whole heavy boulder line, dude, we should stick to the heavies. That whole heavy boulder line's nice, dude. This thing's got a ton of gold in it. So what they would do, they'd move the cobbles off of the area they wanted to work, and there's Light over there high banking, running some more through to get down to bedrock. So in these narrow canyons, they would stack the cobbles back here. So we got a big pile here, and there's more downstream. So these are from the old 49ers. But the nice thing with this is, a lot of times they never worked. The ground underneath this is virgin ground 99 times out of 100. So I want to move some of this cobble out of the way on the edge and run some test pans at a slant, dig under, and that could be virgin ground, never touched, even during the gold rush. It's a real valuable tip there, and there's a bunch more of it downstream. So this is a great claim. I freaking love this claim. It's just off the hook for gold. And I've got the Big Gossan Formation. If you remember, those of you who've been following me, I've got literally a massive lode deposit that I discovered. It's the whole North Canyon wall down there. So it's about 200 yards long and probably 400 or 500 foot from the base to the top, with a ton of gold stringers, quartz stringers going up the hillside. So this is sweet, absolutely sweet. I'm gonna get back to work. I'm burning daylight. All right, this thing here was falling over under. I'm gonna go ahead and work this stuff out here. We'll just pull this lightweight stuff off the top. Go ahead and work down through here. I've been cleaning all these cracks out. Probably gonna go. All this heavy boulder line, this all acts as riffles. Just like riffles in a sluice box. So during flood stage, it will, make sure you guys are in frame here. It'll grab gold and drop it out, so. If you want bigger gold, work the heavy boulder line. Or the heavier gravel, depending on what your waterway has to offer. Some have boulders, some have large cobbles. Look for the bigger stuff. Bigger gold to be amongst the bigger boulders and cobbles. Some interesting rocks in here. So mineralized. Most of the gold here is from our test panning, is located in the top 12 inches of material here predominantly. Going any deeper than that, the gold, the paste streak just peters out real fast. There's some really good concentrations in here. It's enough, the concentrations are good enough to go after, to mine. You can work the downstream sides of these rocks, these big boulders. That's where there's an eddy. Gold that's coming along during high water events will hit that low pressure areas, and it'll drop out of suspension and come to rest. We tried shooting for bedrock. It was a no-go. There's hard pack down about 2.5 foot. And what's below that hard pack could be gold, could not, but it was thick, so it was a lot of labor. We gave up. It's a lot easier just to work this stuff here and recover gold. Should have pretty good recovery today. We'll know when we clean it up. All right, taking a break, and I'm working over here on the downstream side. There's a couple huge boulders in here, so I'm kind of cleaning this crack out in here. I wanted to show you guys a little something about gravel deposition in a stream bed, for those of you who are interested in prospecting or experienced prospectors or whatever. Now this is looking upstream. This is a huge inside bend here. And this is about where it begins here. So we're not that far down on the bend. And what I want to show you is, if you look up this way, you'll see all the fine gravel. This is all fine. And there's gonna be very little gold in any of this here. If you find anything, it'll just be fine, very fine gold. Now if you turn around and look, you'll see as you go down stream, You see how the gravel, we suddenly get into the heavies here. Here's all the heavies. We had a little gravel back behind us. We're moving down. You can just see how it gets big. And it continues on down around the corner. And this is all heavies, all the way down for probably, I could walk it, but I'm too tired. I would say this inside bend goes down for at least 300 foot, 400 foot, probably. So this is what we're working, is the heavy boulder line. Now, during high water events, huge flood stage events, water will around this bend here, and it'll be way up higher. We're underwater right now during a flood stage. It'll be over our head. As it's going through, the inside bend is moving slower, the inside part here. The outside is booking. Bends erode to the outside, and the water actually folds over on itself. That's called a helical flow, and it'll churn the outside. Bends always erode to the outside, and as the helical flow flows through here, it's churning all this gravel. You never find gravel bars on the outside bend, you find them on the inside bend. That's due to the helical flow and the slower water, faster water on the outside. So with that in mind, you'll see here, here's the heavy gravel. Here's the water's edge, right over here. Here's the heavy boulder line. This is what we're working. This is going to be your biggest gold from the water line back. In the middle, it's the middle size gravel, and then in the back, fine gravel. So that's in my test pans already showed fine gold in the back. You get kind of intermediate and some fines in the middle, and you get your larger, coarser gold here on the outside. So anyways, that's what we're working on. And I'm not talking, I mean, you can find nuggets possibly, but it'll just be bigger pieces of gold. The biggest pieces of gold that a particular waterway has to offer. Let's just put it that way. So anyways, I'm going to get back to work. This is what I'm working over here at the downstream side of the big boulder that we just looked at. You can also work the upstream sides too. So the water will hit that, it'll slow, and gold that is in suspension will drop out and settle at the base. Big gravel out of here. It doesn't have to go in the classifier. Trying to think of these as a boulder crevice. It's a crevice between two boulders. They're not a true crevice in the sense of a bedrock crevice, but it's still a crevice in a way. big heavy crowbar sure helps for breaking up that packed gravel. Shake this crack down a ways. Alright, I'm back home obviously, and getting ready to clean up the concentrates. And these are all the concentrates from the high banker. So we're going to go ahead and screen these through a 30 mesh. And we'll pan out the 30 mesh and see if there's anything that sat on top of the mesh. And everything that passes through will go through the miller table. You just see me setting that up, getting it adjusted, so stay tuned. Alright, so I'm just spooning concentrates into the 30 mesh classifier here, and I have a pan down in here with a little jet dry. Jet dry breaks the surface tension of the water. Fine gold will actually float. on top of the surface tension. The jet dry prevents that from happening, so just going to agitate this around. The fines are dropping through the mesh into the pan. And then this here is going to toss in this pan. And we'll pan that down later and see what we got. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the concentrates and get all of this classified, and then we'll bounce back later and we'll pan this and see what we have, if anything sat large enough that sat on top of the 30 mesh, and then we'll proceed to the miller table to process all the fines. Stay tuned. And here is our concentrates that pass through the 30 mesh. It's a decent amount. So these will go through the miller table. I'm going to bring the everything over that sat on top of the 30 mesh, and we're going to pan that out. Alright, so here's the concentrates that sat on top of the 30. We're going to pan into this larger black pan down here. Put some jet dry in all this, keep stuff from floating. Break some of these larger rocks out of here. Interesting piece of quartz here. Check that out a little bit closer later. there's a piece of gold. Nice flake. I don't know if the camera's picking that up here. This one just popped right out at me here. I can bring this around here. Right there. That's a nice big flake there. Real nice, in fact. And there I'm going to isolate and suck up with snuffer bottle. Alright. Pretty nice piece there. Almost a picker. Leave this one back here in the corner. Whoop. Trying to do everything one-handed here, and it just doesn't quite work all the time. That one almost won't go up the, almost too big to go up the nozzle with the snuffer bottle. There it goes. That's a good problem to have. Let's see what else is in here. Oh yeah, we got gold in here. A couple more nice pieces. I'm gonna isolate these. Oh yeah, that's a real nice piece right there. It's almost a little nugget. Another one right here. And that's a little picker, little nugget. Beautiful little piece, chunky little piece. Well, you have to take your time when you pan out. Yeah, that's a beautiful little piece right there. Give you a closer look at those. There they are right there. That's a little nugget right there. I can pick that guy up. I'm going to suck those up. Snuffer bottle. We're going to continue right along here. Start seeing gold showing up like that. It's a morale booster. This guy's sucked up here. Almost too big to go up the nozzle. That's always a good problem to have. Let's see what else is in here. This being the screen material, it'll have the big stuff in it. Yeah, that one there was a little nugget. That's a little tiny picker. You can pick it up with your fingers at the picker. Take my time, make sure, agitate it, just make sure the heavies drop out. I'm kind of anal about that, especially when I know there's gold in there. If you start working your way through too fast, you're going to lose gold. Start getting the bigger stuff like that, it starts to add up pretty quick. Got some little pieces of lead in here, fishing weights. Well, there's another nice little piece of gold. There we go. Another little picker. Trying to get in the frame here. Right there on the end of my finger. Pretty little piece. And when you get gold in there, you can just dig through and start pulling stuff out. I suspect there's quite a bit more. There's that. Piece right there. Another nice little picker. Gotta suck them up for safekeeping. You start pulling pickers out like that, and you have a fair quantity of them, it'll start to add up pretty quick. I wanted to work that heavy boulder line. That's where you're going to find your better stuff. If you wonder what's down in the bottom in the crease here. About every 3 dips, 4 dips, you want to resettle your material, and don't be too fast with it. If you're too fast, you're going to lose gold. Sometimes I'll go a little over 4, 5, 6. It all depends on how it feels. Bits of lead in here. Lead. Fishing weights. Whatnot. Rocks out of here. When you're canning concentrates out, you should always can into a safety pan like we have down here. Just in case, you could always repan that, just in case you might have missed something. Gold's about 6 times heavier than everything else in the stream bed. It'll settle out at the bottom. You'll find it with lead. There's more lead in here. Couple little pieces here. Seen another piece of gold in here, and now I lost it. It's not going anywhere though. see if we can back pan this. Settle everything down at the bottom. What I like to do, I get down to the bottom real fine concentrates like this. I'll back pan it, so we're just pulling everything to the back. Yeah, there's more gold in here. Another nice piece right there. Rescue that one with the snuffer bottle there. So I just back pan it. I do this when I get down to the bottom of the concentrates. It just gives me more control, and I can see, instead of dropping stuff off the end of the pan, I can watch what's being pulled to the back. And for me personally, it just makes me feel more confident. Another nice flake popping up. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It's right there. Rocks, I even rake the rocks to the back. Now we get rid of this, turn your pan around. This is the stuff we pulled off of the back side, so I just take my safety pan, get this up. This isn't going anywhere, that'll stick and cling. I use this technique when I'm panning in streams. Now we're getting rid of all that junk we just pulled off. Put a little water back in here. Resettle. Reducing this down. Start pulling it back off again. like we got a 22 bullet. So I'm going to go ahead and finish panning this out, and I'll be back. Alright, running the fines through the miller table, and we got some gold showing up. Piece right there. A couple of pieces actually. And another one over on camera focus. There's a piece. Camera's drifting in and out of focus. What I do, I just snuff them up with the snuffer bottle as I go. And a couple little tiny fine pieces down in camera focus here. Sure if it's going, there they are. A couple little fines. A bit bigger piece there. I'm going to go ahead and suck those up and keep running the fines through. Got bigger pieces here. Another piece. More over here. Still got a lot of concentrates to go. So far it's not bad. Piece right there in the middle of the screen. Separates the lighter blonde sand, and then the black sands are the heavier magnetite at the back, and then the gold will anchor generally up in the top half here. And I'm not seeing anything else there, but we have that one piece right there. Grab another scoop. There we go, here's a nice one. Right at the tip of the stone. There's one just settled out, right? there, right at the tip of the spoon. Pretty nice one on the other side. Got one right down here. Go ahead and put some more in right there. You put it in, you don't want to put it in above, it'll tend to dislodge the gold that's anchored. There we go, that's nice. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. Miller table in action. Snuffer bottle here. There's some nice pieces there. Not bad flake. Pretty decent one. You see that's cutting an eddy around the water right there. Yeah, those aren't bad at all. Sneak up on them with the snuffer bottle. Sneak up on them from downstream. There's a pretty nice one on the other side here. And there's some smaller pieces. I don't know if the camera's going to pick them up. There and there. There's 3 over here. Let's give this thing to once over here. There's a couple small. Yeah, there's several fines down in here. 2 real fine pieces. These right over here. These are real small. Camera probably won't pick these up. Another one. And there's 3. Real fine one. Yeah, it's picking it up. Right there, right on the tip. There's 2 other small ones there. Whoop, this one. And I see one more small one. There. Alright, put some more in here. There's a piece right there. Smaller pieces over there. Go ahead and dump the rest of this over on the other side. Yeah, we got a pretty decent piece there. Another one right there. Smaller pieces on the other side. I'm not going to bore you guys. Stirring this for long. Another spoonful through and see what we get. Well, there's a little piece just popped up. Couple little ones. Got one down here, right there. I'm going to snuff these up. All right, finally got all the concentrates cleaned up, and this is what we have. Some fines off to the right there. Very little fines, really, but several of those are pickers. Get a little nugget right there. Is a little nugget up there. And these are all pickers here. You can pick them up with my fingers, so it's not too bad. So I'm going to let this dry, and then and while that's drying, I'm going to pull out the I've got to clean up the mess, get the gear stowed away, and then we'll do a weigh out and see what we got there. Stay tuned. Alright, I got this cleaned up and dry. I'm going to go ahead and I've got this tared out. It's on grain. So we go ahead and I use a paintbrush to move this stuff around. Seems to work pretty good that way. So let's see what we've got here. Well, I'll be darned, we got 2.5 grains out of that. Well, 2.52. I was not expecting that. Well, now we're back to 2.5. Seems like my hand. That's interesting. Put my hand near it and it goes to 2.5. Well, anyways, I was thinking probably around, a grain and a half possibly, but 2.5 grains, that's it's actually not all that bad. Did a lot better than I thought we did. So get back in there. I'm going to keep mining that area. There's a huge, that gravel bar is huge, and keep working that heavy boulder line, and the gold's obviously bigger in there, and we'll just keep working that area and see how we do. I hope all of you enjoyed this episode as much as I did making it. Please like, subscribe, and share. I hope all of you are having an outstanding day or night, depending on where you're located, and I will see all of you very soon on the next one. Everybody take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.